What's going on, guys? Back here with another video. I'm going on vacation this weekend. I'm going hiking / camping in Virginia, and on Monday, Memorial Day, hopefully I'll be meeting up with Jav. I'll leave a link in the description for his channel, and but the reason I'm making this video, it's a 6-hour ride that I'm going on one way and then 6 hours back, so that's 12 hours in the car I'm going to be spending doing nothing and or playing 3DS. So these are just a list of games that I always bring, and then just some other newer ones that you know, I've recently gathered and wanted to bring with me and test out. But a tried and true game for the DS / 3DS that's just always fun to play. I don't have the case for these two games, so if you do and you don't have the game, let me know, because I'd like to get the cases for them. Advance Wars Dual Strike. I did have the case for this at one point. Must have lost it or sold it. I don't know. Classic game. I would really, if there's any franchise that I'd love to see on the Switch the most, it's Advance Wars. One of my favorite series of handheld series of all time. It's just a really awesome game. This is actually made by the same people that make Fire Emblem. So I'm really into the Fire Emblem games at this moment in time. And then this is actually a rareware game for the DS, and that's Viva Pinata Pocket Paradise. So this is basically the port of the original one for the 360. Surprisingly, it looks really good. Obviously not HD and like the 360, but it's the exact same game because I have that and I love that game. I've actually beaten it multiple times. I've never beaten it on the handheld, but those are two games that you can just really play in the car, or you know, on vacation, or just, you know, nice and simple pick up and play type handheld games. Now these next three for the DS are things that I picked up recently that I was waiting to save for when I go on a trip to, you know, really delve into them and try them. These are just, again, quick pick up and play games. Picked this up probably a good 5 or 6 months ago. DK Jungle Climber. Really cheap game. I've always wanted this. This is the last game that the Kremlins and all those other little bees and all those types of enemies, the classic Donkey Kong Country enemies, were in. And King K. Rool is actually in this too, I believe. I'd have to play it to find out. This I picked up a few weeks ago, and that's Bomberman for the DS. Pretty excited to play this as well. So I'm sure it's good. It's Bomberman. I'm actually like kind of a huge fan of Bomberman now after playing Bomberman on the Switch. So this is a game that I've had for a long time, and I just always bring it because it's a classic DS pick up and play type game. And that is Metroid Prime Pinball. Unfortunately, the 3DS doesn't have a GBA player in it, so you can't put the Rumble Pack in, which does actually add some extra features to the game. There's very few games that actually support the Rumble Pack. Both the Metroid games do support it, which I have both of them. I do have the Rumble Pack, but it's in here. That's where I keep all my DS games. And then here's a nice little stack of 3DS games that I just always bring. There's some limiteds over there I'm going to grab in a sec. This is a pretty newer title. It is coming to the Switch very soon, which I'm definitely going to pick up for that as well, to be able to play on the big screen. And that is Azure Striker Gunvolt Striker Pack. So this is basically Gunvolt 1 and 2. And really awesome game. I'm really digging it. It's kind of like a Mega Man-esque game. I don't know if it's made by the same people or anything like that, but definitely a cool game. And this isn't really impressive as a manual to what we're used to back in the day, but this is still better than like most manuals you get in games nowadays, so still kind of cool. So really, really awesome game. You can get this pretty cheap, maybe 20 bucks or so, or wait for the Switch version. This is a classic. I've probably played this and or this next game the most on the 3DS out of any game, and that's Star Fox 64 3D. I picked this up launch day. I remember just being really excited to get this and just loving the crap out of it. And this next one, picked this up on launch day as well, much like any Nintendo game for me. Animal Crossing New Leaf. I actually still play this to this day. My nephew just got a 2DS, and you know, he's 6, so he was really bugging me. He's like, Alex, bring your 3DS, let's play Animal Crossing and Mario Kart. So I actually recently started playing this again with him as well. Since I was so deep into the game, I had, you know, the pineapples and the oranges and the cherries and this and that. And he didn't have any of that. All he had was bananas, I think, maybe. I don't know. But I gave him one of each of my fruits. That's a quick way to make money in that game if you've never played it. And here's a classic, Super Smash Bros. 3DS. I actually picked this up launch day at Best Buy, and I got the special coin for it. This has never been opened yet. It's still probably never going to open it. This is another one that's really good and very cheap too. Sega 3D Classics Collection. So this comes with Altered Beast, Sonic 1, Puyo Puyo 2, Power Drift, Fantasy Zone 2, Thunderblade, and Galaxy Force 2. And what was really cool about it when it first came out, it had, I don't think they're doing it, well, you could probably still find this version, but it comes with these nice stickers. Some really cool, like, retro Sega stickers. So, I'll probably never take them out of here and use them. I'd like to. I love getting the stickers in the little collector's editions, but, you know. And no car ride is complete without Mario Kart 7. It's not as good as 8 on the Switch, which I could bring with me, but I don't really want to bring. To me, the Switch is just not really a handheld system. It's a handheld system in the same vein as like the Vita. It's fun to play around your house, but it's just too big to want to bring, you know, with you. And it's just, I don't know. I feel like one bump and this thing is just gonna shatter, you know. But with the 3DS, I try not to, because this is the new 3DS. I've dropped it a few times and didn't do a damn thing to it. Nintendo just makes tanks of products. They really do. But so those are those, and then here are a few of the bigger box games. This is kind of pricier and hard to find at this point in time, the big box for this, but Kid Icarus, I can't recommend this game enough. Always fun, enjoyable to play in the car rides. Really good game. I love the art style of this. This is another franchise I'd really love to see on the Switch. Kid Icarus, either a remake or a sequel to this would be great. Because if I remember correctly, they left it kind of open-ended so that they could potentially make a sequel for it. And always bring a Pokemon game with you. So currently I'm playing through Pokemon Sun. It's kind of just one of those games, like I'm kind of Pokemon'd out, but I still want to play them because I grew up with them. I mean, I remember playing Pokemon Red when I was 7 or 8 maybe, somewhere in that time frame. So yeah, I mean, I was the first age group of children to play Pokemon. So yeah, they're not as good as the first gen, because first gen is the best gen of Pokemon. To be honest, I feel like they're kind of running out of ideas with the names and the looks of them, and they're just not as cool. Charizard, Mewtwo, Lugia, those are just badass Pokemon. These just look lame. They're not cool. The starters in these games are just not cool. It doesn't have that same first gen appeal to me. I'd really love to see a Switch remaster of Red, Yellow, and Blue, and or Gold and Silver. Probably Gold and Silver, because it really has Red, Yellow, and Blue built into them, so that'd be something I'd like to see. Another game, and this is still in the big box, that's why I'm showing it last, Mega Man Legacy Collection. Really awesome game, because it's all 6 of them. Take it anywhere you go. And one final thing that I always bring with me when I go on trips is whatever the current Fire Emblem game is. So I'm actually probably about 5 or 6 hours deep into this, really enjoying it, and happy that I got the limited edition. So if you can find this, it is a pretty sweet limited edition, I'm not gonna lie. But those are all the games that I generally bring with me for the 3DS. For the longest time, the GBA was my favorite handheld, but I'm gonna have to say it's probably the 3DS now. It really is. The library for that thing is just it's just amazing. There's a little bit of everything for that thing. It's almost like the PS2 in a sense of handhelds. It's got great RPGs. It's got great kart racers. It's got, you know, it's got shooters on it. It's got strategy games, tactical strategy games, all sorts of stuff. There's just so many types. I have on my computer I have multiple different lists of systems that I want to collect for, and the 3DS probably has the biggest list of games that I still want to get, because there's just that, and I'm probably about 60 or so titles deep into the 3DS. So I got it day one. I got the 3DS day one. I got the XL, not day one, but probably about 6 months after it came out. Then I got the 3DS, new 3DS XL the day that came out, and then this was the Pokemon new 3DS, but I threw the Majora's Mask plates on it the day that came out, and then yeah, and I kind of want to get a 2DS, but I kind of don't, or the XL rather. I never bought the 2DS, so like I don't really feel like there's a need to get the XL 2DS. But yeah, so those are just some 3DS games that I always bring with me on trips, and hope you enjoyed that. Let me know some of the games that you bring with you on trips, whether it be for your Vita, GBA, your 3DS, got the SP, got the PSP Go, and it's modded, so it's got all the systems on here, so I bring that with me, like doctor's visits and stuff, because this is super small. I recommend one of these and get it modded. Nice crispy DS Lite that I have. My minty PSP 3000. I remember buying this in, I'd have to look at the receipt, but I want to say it was 2013. I found it in a Toys R Us. It was a bundle one, so I was very excited to find that. However, much like with all PSPs, the battery blew up on me, so I need to get a new one of those. But me being an OCD collector, I need to get the official battery. I don't want any of that bullshit third-party stuff. But yeah, I thoroughly have loved handhelds for a long time, and 3DS is definitely the new king in my book. It's kind of sad to see that the 3DS is gonna, I'm gonna say mid 2018, maybe spring 2018, it's gonna start fizzling down, and the games are gonna stop coming out. But we'll see. Maybe the Switch really will surprise everybody and come out with some good content. But this video's gone on long enough. This should be coming out tonight, Wednesday. Friday I'm gonna have another video coming out. Monday I should hopefully be meeting up with Jav, and that video will probably come out whenever it comes out. I have no idea, but peace out for now, guys. Until next time.
Come here, you motherfucker! Oh, shit. This is it, baby.